Alright guys, what is going on? It is your boy PK.MMA Picks, and I am back here this week, excited to continue the new show that I started with my guy Here We Go MMA on Instagram, Bankrolling episode 2 today, coming at you. We are going to be going over the hottest locks of the week, multi-sport. We're expanding outside UFC and Bellator. Football is back, people. We have so many good plays to dive into this week. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. We are handing out multiple max bets of my own personal plays, a max collab play with Eagles betting on Instagram, and Here We Go MMA's hammer personally on this video, guys. It is going to be great. If you do not already, head over to my YouTube channel. Subscribe now. Please drop a like. It goes a long way, guys. We're aiming to get at least 50 likes on this video. If we can get 50 likes on this video, we'll do something special again for you guys next week. If you guys like this format, let me know. Leave your thoughts, comments down below. But without further ado, let's get into it. So, the first week of Bankrolling episode 1, me and my guy Here We Go MMA, or Nico, we dove into the locks or our best plays for UFC that week, but we have so much more going on this week. I really wanted to go into my favorite plays for everything across the board and start setting up some good parlays for you guys. That first episode was super successful. We had a week off from UFC, a little bit of a rough start to the NFL season, but hopefully looking to bounce back here, keep that momentum rolling. Off to a hot start this week. Personally, I'm 3-1 in terms of profitable days so far, so let's keep rolling. So what we're going to do, how we're going to break this down, we're going to go individually sport by sport. So that's going to include MLB, college football, NFL, UFC, and Bellator this week, as those are all kind of my specialties with some help from some of my other guys. If you have not already, go follow Here We Go MMA on Instagram and Eagles Betting as well, because they do help me with some of these picks. But we're going to dive into those, hopefully get you guys some great plays. After we go into each of those sports individually, the goal is at the end I'm going to drop some max bets for you guys, as well as some collab plays, and basically tell you how to put all these picks together that I'm telling you guys about. So this is Bovada. This is the sports book that I use. If you guys are not familiar or looking to sign up for a great sports book, reach out to me on Instagram. I can send you my referral code. It'll get you guys a $100 sign-on bonus. It'll get me a $100 sign-on bonus as well. It would really help out. So please, if you are not already, you'd like to join Bovada, reach out to me on my Instagram, let me know, and I'll hook you up some free plays in the future going on. Hopefully we can build that bankroll up for you guys. So the first sport that I want to start out with actually is going to be baseball. I do have one play that I'm considering a lock play for this week, and it is actually tomorrow. So we're going to hone in on the Giants versus Braves game. Braves at the Giants, rather. Tomorrow, that's going to be, I guess today by the time I'm recording, Friday, September 17th at 9:45 p.m. So the reason we're honing in on this as a max play, Webb is 10-0 in his home starts. The Giants are on a 7-game win streak, 19-3 since April 3rd, and 22-0 in plus 1.5 spreads since April 3rd, meaning they haven't lost by more than one run since April 3rd of this year. They also defeated the Atlanta Braves 5-0 on the road earlier this year. So let's just take any insecurities out of this play rather than take them on the money line. What we're going to do, our lock for MLB this week, is we're going to take the alternate spread. We're going to take the Giants plus 1.5. You guys should go in, write these locks down that I'm telling you guys as we do them, so you have them all written down for yourself and you guys can develop your own plays. So our first lock is going to be MLB, the Braves at the Giants. We're going to take the alternate spread, San Francisco Giants plus 1.5 at minus 290. And the idea with this, guys, is we're going to start parlaying them up at the end of this video, but we're going to go over them all individually first. You guys can parlay how you want to. So that's going to be our first lock, San Francisco Giants plus 1.5. And that's going to conclude MLB because it's not my specialty, so we're staying off it. But shout out to Eagles Betting. That guy's Mr. MLB himself on Instagram. Hit him up if you don't follow him already. I know a lot of you guys are going to be heading over this video from him. Appreciate the love and support. That is our first leg, our first lock of the week for MLB. Next, we're going to move over to college football, as this is going to be a relatively short list as well. Guys, there are a lot of games that you could really go with for college football, and I will have a whole slate. I'm trying to work out the logistics of getting a premium service going again. It's very tough with my full-time job at the hospital, as a lot of you do already know. But I will have premium plays eventually again for you guys, my full cards. But we're just trying to focus on locks here. So our two locks that we're going to focus on for college football are going to be, first off, Alabama it should go without saying. Number 1 ranked football team in the nation. Going up against Florida, decent team at home. However, Bama's offense is just too much this year. They're absolutely incredible. We saw what they did to, I believe, was Miami in week 1. Just absolutely torched them, beat them by around 30 points. So I expect them to roll here even on the road. Minus 700. Give me that as a lock for college football. The other chalky college football play I have for you guys is Iowa at home. Kent State going to face Iowa. This is going to be an absolute blowout. Should go without saying. It's not even going to be competitive as indicated by the spread and the line, but I know, guys, super chalky. You guys got to bear with me for the episode. There's going to be your 2 college football locks here. Now, let's start getting into some more interesting plays, because so far what I've given you are all pretty straightforward. We have the Giants plus 1.5 alternate spread, Iowa on the money line, Alabama on the money line. We're starting to put together some potential parlay pieces. We want to kind of build them up. We're going to get into NFL now. NFL plays are going to be on Sunday this week, so I will have some separate plays, but we got to talk about locks first. So our first locks, let's talk about the Buccaneers. Now sitting at minus 750. I did get them at minus 650 earlier this week. Atlanta Falcons and the Buccaneers, guys. You saw with the Eagles, my Eagles, I'm from Philly if you guys don't know, decimated the Falcons. And their game last week, week 1 of NFL, and it was quite embarrassing, honestly. I don't know if the spread is going to be as wide as this line indicates here. I think the Bucs kind of play to the level of their competition so long as they win in some of their games. However, I think this is going to be an easy victory at home game for Tampa Buccaneers. They've had extra rest since the Cowboys game. I think they're going to be nice, refreshed, ready to go, and absolutely destroy the Falcons. So that's going to be our first play. And let me move this over so you guys can see on this side. For our NFL bets, NFL locks this week, guys. So up next, we have my now team, Cleveland Browns. I currently live in Cleveland, guys. These are my team. I will actually be at this game this Sunday, so keep an eye out for PK.MMA picks. Looking forward to it. We're going to take the Cleveland Browns NFL. Texans, awful first week 1 game. The Browns, on the other hand, narrow game to the Chiefs, who obviously we all hold in high regard, Super Bowl runner-ups last year, that they could have won, quite honestly, had it not been for a couple of mistakes towards the end of that game. This is going to be the Browns' first home game, Texans visiting, and I think they're really going to make them pay. They're going to take out a lot of their frustration from this past week on the Texans, so give me the Browns as their second lock for the NFL this week. Our third lock, we're going to roll with the New England Patriots, guys. Couple reasons for this play. The Jets suck. That's reason number 1. But let's start breaking down some things a little more than that. Bill Belichick, right, Patriots head coach, historically has done very well against rookie quarterbacks, coming up against the Jets. And honestly, the Patriots lost a very close game last week that they really should have won against the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins kind of did to the Patriots what the Patriots have done to a lot of teams in the past couple of years. And honestly, it was quite embarrassing. But I like Mac Jones. I think he looks really good. I'm looking forward to seeing him play more. And he's been impressive so far. Nothing too great, but he hasn't been making a ton of mistakes. I think the Patriots are going to play a sound game. I think they're going to win here. Historically, they've always had the Jets number. And, Belichick coming off a loss, coming up against a rookie QB at the New York Jets. Give me the Patriots here. I think that is our third lock for the NFL this week. So, other plays, not necessarily locks, but, you guys are here. I like to give some stuff out to you guys. The Chiefs, minus 200 on the money line. Ravens don't really impress me too much. I'm not going to go into this one that much. They just lost to the Raiders. I think they will be looking for a bounce-back game. I think it'll be a close game, but ultimately I do see Kansas City coming out on top. Again, not a lock, but another play you could consider. And then lastly, we're going to roll with another NFL play this weekend, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And again, guys, you can be parlaying all this up. That's why I'm offering you guys all these parlay pieces. Really excited to have all these sports available to us because we can take our couple of most confident picks, parlay them together across each sport, and just absolutely hammer those lines. So the Steelers, Pittsburgh Steelers, Raiders at the Steelers. Raiders coming off a win. If you guys know me on Instagram, you guys know I took Raiders +4 and Raiders on the money line this week. But honestly, I think they got lucky, guys. I do not foresee that happening again this week. Not too impressed by the Raiders. I think the Ravens just played a very sloppy game. Steelers defense is really going to shut them up, and I think they'll look really good in their week 1 upset against the Bills at the Bills Stadium. Very impressive this past week. Speaking of which, I do like the Bills to win this week as well, but we can't obviously get into the entire NFL slate as the point of bankrolling, guys. We got to talk about these locks. So, our locks so far, if you have not been writing them down, MLB, Giants plus 1.5, alternate spread, guys. That is tomorrow, so you got to lock that in ASAP as soon as you see this video. College, and I'll go over that MLB max play. College football, adding Alabama and Iowa for our locks. There should be no sweat winners. The NFL, our 3 locks are going to be the Browns, the Bucks, and the Patriots. Browns and Bucks first off, but adding Patriots as well. I really do like that play. Now, let's head over to UFC. Not the most exciting card this week, but me and my boys have narrowed in on some spots that we really do like so far that we can discuss a little bit here. So, that first spot being Erin Blanchfield going up against Sarah Alpar. Let's head over here to Topology. Talk about this one real quick because this is an exciting matchup. Erin Blanchfield making her UFC debut, I believe. Sarah, where is this fight? Alpar has kind of been nothing too spectacular in my opinion. If we take a look at her record, 9-5, not that great. And guys, look who she has lost to. She got beat up by Jessica Rose Clark, who we kind of know is not really UFC caliber. Only wins in the Contender Series come over Shayna Young, not that impressive either. Going up against Erin Blanchfield, though, I think Blanchfield's output is going to be really good. I think she could take this fight to the ground if she wants, be dominant there, dominant from top position. Good wins over an Invicta FC, and she's going to have a good size advantage over Sarah Alpar as well. So set this up for our first lock of the UFC this week, Sarah Alpar on the money line. Our second lock this week, shout out to my boy Here We Go MMA, Patty Kanzad versus Raquel Pennington. This is another women's fight. And as you can see here, the reason we're going to take the over 1.5 rounds as our lock for the week. Raquel Pennington, 8 of her, 13 wins coming by way of decision. And if you look here, she has not gotten a finish. She got finished by Nunez, who we all know is the GOAT, but outside of that, has not gotten a finish since 2015 over Jessica Andrade, who she has a sizable size advantage over there, guys. So heading over to Patty Kanzad on the other side. Impressive girl, looks good, but again, decision fighter. Guys, check this out. Got choked out by Macy Chiasson 2018, but again, Pennington's not finishing anybody outside of that, guys. Last time she got choked out 2017, so it's been quite some time. Of her 17 wins, 14 are coming by way of decision. So for our second lock of this UFC card, we are going to take Patty Kanzad, Raquel Pennington over 1.5 rounds. So coming up next on our locks for this UFC card, guys, should go without saying, Montello Jackson versus JP Buys. I like JP Buys. I think he has a good wrestling pedigree, pretty decent, but man, what a hard ask for JP Buys coming into this fight. Montello Jackson just looked like an absolute stud. Great hands, good takedown defense, great get-up game, really good cardio as well. And JP Buys got pieced up by Bruno Silva in his last fight. Cheyenne Buys, the wife of the Buys family, might be the single household breadwinner after this fight, guys, because I think Montel Jackson's going to do some bad things to JP Buys. So give me JP Buys on the money line for our third UFC lock this week. And the last lock, guys, this goes without saying. We have Christos Giagos versus Arman Tsarukyan. Guys, I have been hammering Arman Tsarukyan for 2 weeks now on my plays. I have him as low as minus 650. Some books have him as high as minus 900 now. Arman Tsarukyan, his only flaw in the UFC has been his loss to Islam Makhachev, who we know could be potentially challenging for the title in the future, guys. Christos Giagos, not really a bad fighter. I just think everything he does is really just Arman's game plan, but Arman just does it so much better, guys. Arman is flawless fighter, amazing takedowns, amazing takedown defense, Generally fights to decisions, but really, really high level ring IQ. And he's so young too, and he's just getting better and better and better. So, guys, Christos Giagos pretty good, but Arman Sarukian, I honestly see fighting Islam again in the future in a top 5 matchup. If not, this kid could be a title contender, guys. I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up his ass. He's 24 years old. He's so young. He has so much time to improve still and come into his prime. So, our 4 UFC locks of the week, we are going to have Arman Sarukian, Montel Jackson, Emily Whitmire, and I'm sorry, not Emily Whitmire. Take that one back. Blanchfield. I'm getting my women's fighters confused here. Blanchfield is our lock for this week. Erin Blanchfield. Sorry, guys. I worked a full shift today. It's been a long day. And then lastly, the Pennington Kianzad over 1.5 rounds. Those are our 4 locks for the UFC. Now, lastly, let's dig into Bellator, guys. I am excited for this Bellator fight. There are several locks I am looking to hammer. I have multiple large bets. I'm talking, guys, just DM me on Instagram. I'll send you the bet slips on this card, and I'm looking to make it a super profitable Bellator bet. Starting with our lock number 1, and guys, this guy is like Arman Sarukian of Bellator for me this week. Jesse Delgado going up against Joshua Dillon. Joshua Dillon, 1-1, nothing too special. This is a bantamweight fight, guys. Jesse Delgado, I could talk about this guy for hours, honestly. This guy is a NCAA Division I 2-time champion. For those of you guys who do not wrestle, that is just as high level as you can get, guys. This guy's an absolute stud. Go look him up on YouTube. Look at some of his wrestling matches, and you guys will see. I think he's going to have his way with Joshua Dillon and absolutely thrash him. If you guys watch Bellator, you know that Bellator loves to set up some of these lower level fights and really feed opponents to one very heavy favorite to help build up their resume. Guys, they are feeding Joshua Dillon to a shark, and that shark's name is Jesse Delgado. Our second fight here, we have Edwin De Los Santos versus John Adams. So let's talk about John Adams. Nothing too special. He's in Bellator 0-1-1 so far, so really a very lackluster record since we are talking about him. On the other side, we have Edwin De Los Santos, and to talk about him, bring up my quick notes here. Guys, 4-0 as an amateur, undefeated rather. Good striking. I'm impressed by him. I like seeing his striking. Guys, this guy John Adams, he lost. He tapped 2 strikes. He didn't get knocked out. He tapped 2 strikes in one of his fights. I think Edwin is going to have his way here. This is another one of those low-level fights that everybody's scared of. But, guys, Bellator is just feeding John Adams to De Los Santos. So give me De Los Santos, our lock number 2 for this card. Our next play that I want to hone in on, not necessarily a lock, but I really do like, and I do have a separate play on it, is Eddie Abasalo versus Art Hernandez. Art Hernandez, 4-5. I guess of note, he's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, so that is good. But, guys, anytime he's taking any type of step up in competition, he kind of gets starched. And by starched, I mean he has 2 first-round knockout finishes on himself. He's been finished in under 20 seconds in 2 different fights. Eddie Abasolo, on the other hand, bring up my notes on this guy, is a Muay Thai champ and boxer, amateur and professional. And guys, this guy has some hands. I'm expecting him to go out there and starch Art Hernandez. The only thing I could see Hernandez doing is potentially getting this fight to the ground, making it a little bit dicey. But guys, this is being set up by Bellator to be a highlight reel knockout. Give me Eddie Abasolo in this spot. Skipping over this, going next to Bobby Cerronio III versus Aaron Hunter. This one was a little tougher to find out some information, but guys, I do the research for you guys. Aaron Hunter, 0-0. Really low level, not that great of an amateur record either. Bobby Cerronio III, really good karate and wrestling background, undefeated as an amateur as well. This kid is really good. Bellator wanted to sign him before, but he said, all right, hold up, let me get some more fights. He took another fight, went to decision, looked really good doing. Guys, this kid is lightning fast, good takedown defense, good striking. Like we said, that kickboxing and wrestling in high school background. I think this is another one of those fights, guys, feeding Aaron Hunter to Bobby Cerronio III, so give me Bobby to win this fight. Moving on, guys, Khalid Murtazalayev versus Anthony Adams. Not going to go into this one too much. This was not one of my locks previously. However, after doing more tape study, I do like this one. Murtazalayev, what I like about him, one of these, guys, he's foreign, Russian. I believe he's Russian. Wrestling powerhouse, guys. He's got decent hands. He sets up his takedowns well. He's got power in his hands, guys. His opponent, Anthony Adams, not bad. I just think Khalid has more power, and he has the option to go to the wrestling if he feels like it. And you guys follow me, you know that I like to side with the wrestlers in a lot of these fights. So Khalid Murtazalayev, and in terms of Bellator, you're getting a pretty good line on him at about minus 300, depending where you're looking at. So give me those odds, and I like him here in this spot. Grant Neal, I do like. I'm going to take that as a pick. We'll have him some of my longer shot parlays. Not going to go into that fight too much. Christian Edwards versus Ben Parrish. Parrish isn't too bad. 4-1. This is a mismatch, in my opinion, though. Parrish is a ballooned up middleweight that's put on a ton of weight, going up against Christian Edwards, young, 22 years old, I believe. Edwards was 8-0 as an amateur and 6-0 in Bellator. He has fought almost exclusively in Bellator, and he's been an absolute stud, guys. The last guy he went up against was very good as well. He's now gone to decision. Only thing here I could see potentially Parrish doing is if he gets this fight to the ground, fishing for some sort of submission. But I see Edwards getting a finish here, guys. He's extremely athletic. He's going to have a big size advantage, power advantage, striking advantage, pretty much anywhere this fight goes. And the line dictates that. I mean, he's the biggest favorite on the card. So give me Edwards. And that is going to conclude our locks. So let's recap before we start going into our official plays, because I told you guys I'm going to keep this video short, and that's what I'm trying to do here. So if we go back to Bovada here, MLB, we are taking the Giants alternate line plus 1.5. College football, we're taking Alabama and Iowa. NFL, we are taking the Browns, the Bucks as our straight locks. We're going to call those our locks. UFC, we're taking Sarukian, Jackson, Blanchfield, and Pennington Kianzad over 1.5. And then Bellator for our locks. We're talking about straight locks here, guys. Murtazalayev, Edwards, Cerronio, Delgado. Absolutely love this kid. You guys are going to be so impressed when you see him. De Los Santos. Those are going to be our locks. So, here comes the fun part. I'm going to give you guys some free plays. This is what you guys have been waiting for. So, I have 4 plays pending currently. I'm just going to throw them out to you guys so you guys know what I've been cooking up this week. I took an alternate spread on Raiders plus 14, parlayed with Mo Miller. Both those have already cashed, and Arman Sarukian to win 2.5 units. That'll cash as soon as Sarukian wins. Duraev, Miller, and Sarukian. That'll cash as soon as Sarukian wins. Brzezinski, Miller, Sarukian. That'll cash as soon as Sarukian wins. Both those are 1.5 unit plays. And then lastly, Dodgers last night, guys. I posted this one for you on my story. I've been posting all these plays on my story, actually, if you've been following along. Dodgers with Delgado and Sarukian to win 2.5 units. So, those are our pending plays, but that's not what you guys are here for. You guys are here to get these max plays, so let's dig into it. We are going to start with our UFC max bet for the weekend. So, I locked this in at better odds, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of something to help beef it up. I like to get near even money on most of my plays, guys. I don't lay a lot of juice on my plays. You can take these heavy favorites, make them a lot more affordable if you're smart about it. So, my max bet to win 5 units was Arman Sarukian, Montel Jackson, and Aaron Blanchfield. I got this closer to minus 120. What we can do now to get it closer to those odds, we're going to talk about our max bets, guys. Shout out to Here We Go MMA, my boy Nico on Instagram again. Add the over 1.5 rounds in the Pennington Kianzad. Again, my guy's an absolute beast with these overs. These hit at a very high clip, and this will get you very close to even money. So, my official one was Sarukian Blanchfield Jackson. That's a little too rich at this point. Add the over 1.5 in the Pennington Kianzad fight. And there is your UFC max bet for this weekend. Now, let's get to our next max bet. We are going to do a football max bet. Well, I say football, but guys, I pretty much have the house on Sarukian this weekend. Sarukian loses, you guys will find PK.MMA over here recording out on the streets in a cardboard box because I'm going to lose my entire bankroll. But whatever. Sarukian's going to win. That's all I know. Football. we are going to take our college football locks. And guys, watch these. These super, super chalky plays. Watch what these odds are going to come out to once we put this all together. So first off, we're going to take Alabama. And then Baylor is a good play too. Didn't mention that earlier. Baylor is a good play. And then we're going to add Iowa. Right, we're down to 300. Okay, PK, 300 super rich. You're right, it is. So what are we going to do to make that better? We're going to head over to football, NFL, and we're going to add our NFL locks. The Browns and the Bucks. Minus 138. Guys, the lines have been shifting. I got this close to even money. However, minus 138, great odds. Guys, who in this parlay do you see losing? Let me know. Let me know if you guys see any of these guys in these parlays losing, because, guys, we are hitting all of these max bets this weekend. We are hitting at an extremely high clip. It is going to be a massive weekend. Let me know your guys' comments down below. And again, if you have not liked the video, please like the video, guys. Aiming for 50 likes here, and subscribe if you have not yet. So that is going to be our football max bet for the weekend. Now, things are going to get interesting. Let's do our Bellator max bet for the weekend. So heading over to UFC MMA. And again, guys, this is Bovada. If you guys do not use Bovada, I highly recommend. You get weekly bonuses. They're always great payout options. Message me on Instagram. We can talk about how to get you guys signed up. PK.MMA picks. So, Bellator max bet. We are going to take, starting, Delgado. And guys, Jesse Delgado. There's another Delgado on this card. The guy's going to get his ass beat, though. Art Delgado. Jesse Delgado, leg number 1. Next up, most confident, Christian Edwards. Okay, we're getting there. Next up, we're going to add Cerrone, Bobby Cerrone. We talked about what he's going to do to Aaron Hunter. And then lastly, Edwin De Los Santos. Minus 137 odds. We like that. Bellator max bet to win 5 units. Now, because I love you guys, I'm going to give you guys some more free picks and my tiered parlays. So, if we're building on this parlay, I want to make it a little more juicy, win a little bit more. We're going to add Murtazalayev. I have a separate play on Murtazalayev, but we're going to add him to get the plus money here. So maybe they're like a unit on this, something like that, okay? And then we're going to add more, right? Because we're layering our parlays. We're tiering them up. So the higher tiers that hit, the more we're going to win. So we have Murtazalayev. Now let's add our next 2 most confident guys. We're going to add Abasolo. And we're going to add Neal. Plus 372. Throw a unit on that. It's going to be good. But, because like I said, I love you guys, we are going to give out my other plays I've locked in currently. So, Delgado, Murtazalayev, and Sarukian. Because I wanted a separate play on Murtazalayev with my other locks. 3.25 units to win 2.5 units. That's minus 130 odds, guys. Another play I have. Abasolo. Where's he at? And Delgado. Again, minus 130 odds. 3.25 to win 2.5 units, guys. Love that play. So, those are my maxes so far. We talked about football. We talked about UFC and now Bellator. Now, let's get a multi-sport parlay going, right? Because we're talking about all the different sports. Let's get a multi-sport hammer going. So, we're going to take from Bellator, right? We're taking our most confident pick, 1 from each sport. This is a cannot miss parlay, guys. If I had, $10,000 to throw on a bet that we said was going to hit, it's going to be this one. So we're going to take Delgado from Bellator. We are going to take Arman Sarukian from the UFC. We are going to take the number 1 rated team in college football, Alabama. College football was mean to me last week, so we're going to get a bounce back week this week. And then lastly, we are going to take, you can do the Browns or the Bucks, but I'm rolling with the Browns, boys. I love the Browns. I'm going to be there at the game this weekend. My Browns are not losing. It is a lock. Boom, minus 130. Bet the house on that bad boy. That is your multi-sport max bet parlay. So we have now said football max bet, Bellator max bet, UFC max bet, multi-sport max bet. We are up to 4 max bet parlays, guys. We are absolutely going to murder this weekend. But I got one more for you guys. My collab with Eagles Betting on Instagram. I know some of you guys came over here to get this free play. Let's lock it in. We are going to take Jesse Delgado and Arman Sarukian. Again, right, we're at minus 279, and then we're going to head back over to MLB. Guys, this is on Friday, not Saturday, so lock this in as soon as you watch this video. We are taking the alternate spread on the Giants run line, guys. Giants plus 1.5. Look at this. Minus 120, guys. Take 6 units to win. 5 units. Giants 1 plus 1.5. Arman Sarukian and Jesse Delgado. Boom. There is your MLB max bet for Friday. We are going to crush this weekend. But I have one more thing for all of you gambling degenerates out here that I've thrown a unit on. Hail Mary parlay. We got to go with it. We talked about our locks. Let's go with the Hail Mary. I'm super confident in all these picks, so why not just put them all together? Bet small in this one, guys. Bet small. But let's roll with it. Start fresh. So starting with college football, we are going to take Alabama and Iowa. And I got all my notes here written down, guys. If you guys see my book, that's what this is. Guys, I've done hours and hours of research on all these picks this week. I know these seem like super easy, super common sense, but this is diving into so many different sports, parlaying them all together the best ways possible. We're going to crush this weekend, guys. So Iowa and Alabama. Okay, you're at minus 500 PK. You're insane. Let's keep building. We are going to take the Browns, the Bucks, and the New England Patriots. Oh shit, we're at plus money now, boys. Now, we are going to head over to Bellator, because we got all of our nice little locks we got going over there. And guys, I can only do up to a 12 leg parlay, so I'm not taking all of the Bellator locks, but we're gonna take the favorite ones that have good odds on them. So Murtaza Aliyev minus 325, Jesse Delgado minus 450. We're gonna take Soronio and Edwards. No, we're not gonna take Edwards. We're gonna make the odds better. Edwards too easy. That's minus 1,000. We're gonna take Soronio, Delgado, and Murtaza Aliyev, and then we're gonna head back to UFC to finish up our parlay. Because UFC is our bread and butter, right, boys? So let's get it here. We are going to take Aaron Blanchfield, Montel Jackson, Arman Sarukian, and then remember the last one we talked about. I had to incorporate this. My boy Nico. The over 1.5 on the Pennington Kansas fight. So this is our 12 pick parlay. Pennington Kansas over 1.5 rounds. Jesse Delgado from Bellator. Khalid Murtaza Aliyev from Bellator. Bobby Soronio from Bellator. Iowa college football. Arman Sarukian UFC. Aaron Blanchfield UFC. Montel Jackson UFC. Tampa Bay Buccaneers NFL. Cleveland Browns NFL. New England Patriots NFL. And Alabama college football. Plus 643. Take 1 unit, turn it into 6.5 units. Let's get it, guys. I'm PK.MMA. Thank you for coming to Bankrolling Episode 2. I hope you guys like this video. Please let me know. Comment below what you guys think of it. If you guys like this format, if we should keep it going or not. And let's cash this weekend, guys. Let me know what your guys' favorite picks are for the weekend. I'd love to absolutely hear that. If you have not, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Again, 50 likes is the goal for this week, guys. And then we're going to drop another massive video next week. I will see you guys all after we cash some tickets this weekend. Looking forward to it. Signing off, PK.MMA.